back to school and have my locker full of pictures of you. Give me that A in biology, I'm graduating soon.
Hi, it's Bunny. I want to give a perspective that I don't often see being verbalized. I want to speak about feminine thugs and how it would benefit you as a pretty woman, especially as an exotical, to avoid women I'm describing. Disclaimer: I don't have an issue with people who grew up or live in the hood. I'm simply making a video about what I've experienced and observed. Also, all things I say in this video are alleged and are for entertainment purposes. Thanks. What is a feminine thug? I would characterize a feminine thug as a woman who presents as feminine but has masculine traits, typically brought on by a traumatizing childhood, paired with her pursuit of a fast and evidently criminal lifestyle. You can typically see them showing of their guns, jewelry, narcotics they acquire, and of course exorbitant amounts of money that may have been acquired by not-so-legal means. Some example images are on the screen, and I'll be dissecting the behaviors of some celebrity feminine thugs. Exhibit A. Suzanne Sod Brown, well known as Stunna Girl, was born on the 2nd of July 1998, making her currently 26 years old. Suzanne was born in Sacramento, California. She's a well-known rapper with her single Runway, released in 2019, that went viral on TikTok. But most notably, she starred on the Baddies franchise as of September 17, 2023, when Baddies West premiered. On the surface, you see a pretty woman living out this lavish life of many young women's dreams, but when you delve deep into the life she lives and what she has mentioned about her childhood, it becomes very apparent that this is not a life to envy or aspire to. After her mother was put in jail, Stunna describes how she would start partying and spend majority of her life in jail.
I was separated from my siblings. Yeah. But initially, I actually wasn't separated from my siblings. I got myself separated from my siblings.
Explain.
So I was like 12, no, hitting 12, and my mom went to jail, so I thought like, oh, I can run the streets now. I can do whatever I want to do. So I'm going to functions, I'm partying, I'm doing all this stuff. And it was like one night, I'm at this function, I'm barely hitting 12, and I'm out there fighting. You feel me? Just fading. Police show up, boom, they blurp us, and they like, where's your parents? Like, what you out here doing? You're only 12, So I'm like, oh, I live right in the corner at my auntie house. They take me, auntie, like, what's going on? She 12, You're like unfit, like, what's going on? Boom, they put me in jail, and then that's when it all started, like, pretty much.
Juvenile.
Yeah, they put me in jail, juvenile. I got a mugshot when I was 11, yeah. Hair all sticking up from fighting.
Only time going to juvenile? Did you have other times?
No, actually, most of my life consisted in jail. A good percentage of my life, actually.
First time was for fighting. What were the other times?
The other times, what did I go down for? Oh, I went down again for another fight.
Okay.
I remember it was another fight.
More fighting.
And then the fighting led to a robbery. They let me out. Then they gave me a chance.
Stunna then was sent to a group home where she escaped, ended up on the run from the FBI at 14, and eventually was indicted for a money laundering scheme at 17, and was allegedly an SW. However, I will not be focusing on that, but how she allegedly, with the help of fellow rapper Cuban Doll, put another female rapper by the name of Rocky Bad in a dog kennel, and proceeded to torment her for hours with the help of unidentified male accomplices. The beef seemingly started due to Molly Brazy, Cuban Doll's friend at the time, disliking Rocky and alleging that Rocky was copying her. Cuban Doll seemingly took on her friend's beef after Rocky Bad put out a diss track titled Vindictive, released in 2017. During this time, many diss tracks were exchanged, and eventually Molly and Cuban stopped being friends. A few months later, the alleged kidnapping would take place. Rocky's friends would post on their Instagram story condemning these actions. In 2019, Rocky would put out a diss track to Molly, Cuban, and Stunna Girl, though she insists that she was not put in a cage.
My stomach did not come from me getting shot. It did not come from me being stabbed. My stomach was hurting very, very bad. So multiple fucking tests on my stomach and said they couldn't see nothing. There was nothing wrong. I knew something was wrong. So they asked me, what did I want to do? The only other option I had was to get an incision down my stomach or to do nothing. Because there's nothing else they can fucking do. So they said, we can make an incision on your stomach and see what's going on. But if there's nothing going on, we just cut your stomach open for nothing. But I knew it was something wrong. So I gave them permission to cut my stomach open. When they cut my stomach open, they seen that all my organs in my stomach was bruised. I had a laceration, which is a cut on my liver, and one of my intestines was tore. And the words that came out of their mouth was, that's how we know men were involved, because there is no way you could have all this damage done in the amount of time that you was in this building, because it was proof of how long I was in the building. I was only fighting for 5 minutes. There is no way possible females could do what the fuck they did to my stomach in that short amount of time, and the amount of time that you was in this building.
Stunna girl would admit her part in the event in a rap, and Cuban doll would chuckle about it when asked about her role in an interview.
Hold up, nigga, it's a bag in here. No, for real. Cage out, bitch, that's overkill.
Stunna would then be injured in July after an altercation. She came out of the hospital and went on Instagram Live, explaining the situation, exposing her boyfriend for leaving her while the altercation took place, and sung the infamous 50 Cent song, poking fun at how many people want to harm her.
Man, wish death upon me, but I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Because y'all need to ask him what really happened the day that I got shot. Ask him that. When y'all can come back with a clear answer, let me know, okay? Because if I told y'all the whole story and the full story, blood would be canceled. I promise you.
To conclude Exhibit A, I would like to remind young exotical women and girls that hood life, and evidently gang life, is not anything to align yourself with, and that the result of rapping about harming people is detrimental to you and to society. It is not worth it to end up harmed or in a lift because of rap beef, and because you are emotionally irregulated that you jump headfirst into trouble. These women are violent, and judging from their behavior believe they have nothing to lose. You will become collateral if you get in their way, especially if they're fighting about their man. But I'll get into that in the next part of this series. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to see more content from me.